Searching podcasts for Dave, and one more time.
This is Thanksgiving week, and the Dave and Juan More Time podcast would just like to wish all of you a happy and healthy holiday with your family and friends. Unless you're one of those weirdos who cook those turducken things, if the main course at your holiday meal is made up of an animal that has had another animal shoved up its hoo-ha, and that animal had a smaller animal shoved up its hoo-ha, you're into weird stuff, man. Just stay home and keep that weirdness to yourself. Seriously. Buy a ham or something. Maybe some potted meat and crackers. Just saying. Okay, that is all. Happy Thanksgiving. This is Dave and Juan.
And 3.
Number 2.
Why not a 1?
Woohoo!
Bump. Ba-da-ba-da-bump. Ba-da. America, as always, you are
Welcome.
100% welcome. Hi, everybody. How are you? I'm Dave.
I'm Juan.
And this right here is Dave and Juan.
More time.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Coming to you late on a Sunday evening.
Bruh, it's like close to bedtime.
Man, for Juan especially, right? It's almost dark, a little bit later than we normally record, but it's a very busy weekend, very pleasant weekend all around. I didn't have to. My game was on Thursday. I had
dude, that was a good game for you.
I had no dog in the fight really this weekend. Well, the Saints are always my dog,
And they dogged it.
Any of you know the Saints, you know our dogs roll over. And so Thursday evening we had the Thursday night football game, the nationally televised game here in Houston, and we did the old tailgating thing. Had a very, very good time. Honest to goodness, it's one of those games. Those of you, it was the Texans taking on the Buffalo Bills.
The Bills, dude, I got to tell you, I didn't expect that.
The Buffalo Bills, who were many people's pick to win the Super Bowl this year. I mean, they're that, but the
Texans in those ugly red uniforms.
I'm not going to talk about that. It was so the Texans. Yes, it was. They call it Battle Red, and they encourage the fans to wear red, Battle Red, because they want the stands, which is ridiculous. Because here's the deal: if you look on TV. When they scan the crowd, you'll notice white if everybody's wearing white. You may notice if everybody's wearing yellow. If everybody's wearing either like red or dark blue, it just looks like empty seats. It's just
it just kind of blends. It's not a.
It's dumb.
Yeah.
I did not. Now my friends, I have very awesome friends that do this tailgating stuff. They're wonderful, wonderful people. You know, if I'd give them a kidney. You know what I'm saying? Like your friend, if one of them needed a kidney that I could give, not that they want mine, I'd hope there'd be a long list of other kidneys they'd want before mine. But it's kidneys you donate, right? If somebody needs a kidney, or is it liver?
Yeah, I mean, you could donate kidneys. You could donate, you could donate a heart, but it wouldn't.
You don't want to, exactly.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, these are the kind of friends.
Yeah.
These are some wonderful, wonderful human beings.
Yeah, you got 2 kidneys. You could give up 1.
But they are all in on. They wear jerseys. They put on.
Yeah, I can't wear like a full-on jersey. It's like
I know, but they do. And but if you look at the picture, sometimes I post pictures. Like this game was.
Yeah, you were in white, weren't you?
I was wearing, I don't know. I wasn't wearing Battle Red. Neither was my son. My son comes to the games too. We were the only 2 not wearing the jerseys. Hey, not judging and man, if that's what you're about, that's what you're about. I just don't. That's not me. But great game. I 100% expected to lose because that's just how it works. I grew up a Saints fan.
So you know how to lose.
We know how to lose. We know what it's like to have our hopes up. We know what it's like to be thinking, man, look at this, and dare to start dreaming. In this case, man,
not so much, dude.
We won.
The Saints played the Falcons today. The Falcons got the ball first. Saints played, great first series. And I even said, look at this. We're going to win because we ought to not. Which is stupid because I ought to just pull to not win. But then it's like, dude, that was pathetic.
Really? Well, yeah, but
Only score. I mean, we field goal kicker missed 2 easy field goals. We were, only um touchdown we scored was a pick six. So defense scored it, and just whatever.
well, good thing Mickey Loomis has it under control. Just everybody,
Good
all of
thing.
you out there, just rest easy. Mickey's got this.
The only interesting thing, Drew Brees was the announcer.
Here's my
And
deal with Drew. I love Drew. Everybody,
he did that good, man.
every Saints fan in the world, man. Look, he's Saint Drew, right? I mean, he's. I get it. You will never hear me. We talked about this a few weeks ago. I was one of these guys late in his career, sitting there complaining that we're paying too much money.
By time retire.
We're paying too much money to Drew Brees. He's taking up too much of the salary cap.
We didn't pay him enough.
And now, right now, as is, if they would have announced this week while he was supposed to be in the in the studio booth, and they said, you know what, Drew's suiting up, we'd be like, hey,
come on, Drew.
all good, bring it. But so Saints went down, unfortunately, and I don't know what. I mean, at least they're going to get a better draft pick, I guess.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. You might as well get the better draft pick. So
might as well. So that's where we're going there.
And then my favorite, or I guess my best thing for the football weekend was I didn't get to watch LSU last night. Although I would have seen your son on the sidelines.
On the sidelines, and he's actually on the ESPN shots every now and then. They got a couple that people showed me, and I went to. So so my younger son Abe, who's interning with the mighty WAFB in Baton Rouge. Shout out to Jacques Doucet, who's apparently a really good guy to work with, and our boy Rick Portier. All these years, we've told you that everybody in news is lying except Rick. If Rick has a story, you can pretty much take that one legit. But so my that was sort of out of the blue because he's interning and the LSU games are a pretty big deal. Like
right, and forget the season. They don't. Yeah, I think years ago it was fairly easy to get media credentials.
No, can't do it
anymore, though.
No, it's very it's very difficult to get media credentials, and thankfully, I think what happened. I'm just my assumption is that because this game was against a team that was not supposed to be a problem, right? This was senior night, right? It was LSU, which means nothing anymore, by the way, to any college that has their senior nights because. What senior night means they showed up this year. Like none of these guys are there 3 or 4 years anymore. But anyway, so there was a senior night. And by the way, did you know Brian Kelly's son?
I had that on my list of things. I had no idea Brian Kelly's son was on the LSU team.
And again, those of you that have no interest in LSU, those of you that don't know what we're talking about, we apologize, but this is just a bizarro situation. And I wish nothing. I mean, the young man. Well, first of all, he's the son of a rich dude. So I mean,
right.
on his own, and he's apparently. No, I'm sure. Well, I shouldn't say I'm sure, but I would bet that his having a spot on the LSU team is not entirely based on his 40 time or. What the dude can bench press.
So to add some, I guess, perspective to that, years ago, when Leonard Fournette was, the end-all, be-all running back at LSU.
We all remember Leonard Fournette.
There was
later
also
became a Jacksonville Jaguar.
There was also a young man on the team named Leonard Fournette.
Oh, yeah.
Who was Leonard's brother.
Okay.
When Leonard was gone, nobody knew what happened to Leonard.
Well... But you know what?
About 5 years ago, there was a probably very deep on the depth chart quarterback whose last name was McKernan.
Okay.
Gordon McKernan's son.
Who was one of the largest
We're largest donors to LSU.
Don't want to say LSU. All right.
So
Well,
I don't think that lasted but a year, but still.
there
So
you go.
again, back, I don't even know what position Brian Kelly's son played.
Myself, it is what it is, and I got nothing against the young man. He's probably
Right.
having he's probably going through an interesting time.
Well, they say he had BK on the pulled his T-shirt down, had BK on it.
Well, yeah, his dad's about to get. His dad's been paid in the last few years, and with the other payout, his dad's got like $100 million.
Yeah, yeah, and
I'd
he was
suck,
officially fired this week apparently.
suck up to your dad. Hey, yeah. Hey, Dad, I had your back.
Yeah, trust me, if my dad had $50 million,
Yeah.
we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Just do what you're gonna do. But so the LSU game, so it was against who they play,
Western Kentucky.
And so it was
LSU was 27.5 point favorites.
no, they were.
Uh-huh.
So LSU was a 27.5 point favorite, and they won by what, 3?
3.
Okay.
10-3. I mean 10-7.
All right. So, but anyway, the
Or
reason
13-10.
I don't pay a lot of attention to LSU normally. I do this year because my son again is working
he
weekends.
was there.
But he typically is filming high school games. That's what he's doing, his internship. But they
It's probably a much more exciting time to be at a high school game than at an LSU game.
got a feeling his very first visit to Tiger Stadium, he was on the field. He got the
and think about it. Those teams, they talk about all the guys who, for those small schools that come play at LSU, they say that those guys, what an experience it is for them, just the awe of it. Well, your son got to feel the awe of it without getting the hell beat out of him. So.
without taking too many hits, but he got that. So that was fun. He did that, and regardless of what happens or what he decides to do with his career, his life, whatever, it's kind of fun to say.
Got that under his belt. So
he got to film an extremely boring LSU game.
yeah.
But
my company had their Christmas party last night. I don't know if they normally do it that early or not. I don't think they do.
Bro, this is early for a Christmas party.
Yeah.
Like your Christmas party is before Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So, but yeah, very nice event. The only thing, Cash Bar kind of threw me. I guess I've not been to many Christmas parties that was a Cash Bar. But
Cash Bar at a Christmas party.
somebody said that, well, it's a credit union, it's a nonprofit, you're not really supposed to. It's like,
Okay, hang on. With all due respect, and we're not going to go down this path because it's the world I'm in. I've got most of my best friends,
right.
bankers.
Hate credit unions.
Hold the crap about the not-for-profit stuff, okay?
Right. No.
Hold that crap. That's a bunch of crap.
Last week that was at the building just for families, and they was giving away liquor there.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure why I was buying, $14, $15 mixed drinks last night.
Hey, man, I was about to say that's NFL level. It's not for mixed drinks. No, mixed drinks in this football.
No, it's at a nice.
Something.
I mean, it's at a nice hotel. So,
Ridiculous,
but this was the odd thing.
They didn't give you tickets. Normally, these events they sort of give you like 2 drink tickets.
They did at that thing last week. That was just at the corporate office. But so I'm chit chatting with the waitress, whatever. I gave her my card or whatever.
For those of you that don't know, Juan is a chit chatter.
I'm a chit chatter. And so she said, "Oh, your name is Juan?" I said, "That's what's on the card."
No. My name is
Juan. And she said, "Wow." And I said, "Well, why the wow?" She said, "Oh, I dated a guy named Juan 20 years ago." And I said, "I can assure you and my lovely wife standing beside me that it was not me." And she said, "No, I'm just, I don't think I've met anybody named Juan since then." So it's all right. So,
She don't go to Home Depot.
Right. At the parking lot, they're all named Juan.
Have you been in a Lowe's lately?
But then
try this. Walk into a Home Depot and yell Juan and see how many people turn around. Just saying.
When I went to close out the tab, it was like $14. And I looked, and I didn't want to be, I'd say, hell, dude, she screwed up something.
You don't want to pay too much, right? Yeah.
Right. But then, so I'm trying to see if I could tell on the receipt, on the ticket, if it's got my card number, and I don't see that. And I don't want somebody else to get mine, and I'm taking somebody else. And I said, "You sure this is mine?" I don't think this is mine. And she said, yeah. I said, all right, whatever. So, gave her a tip and signed it and left.
Was it the same person who
Yeah.
thought she?
Yeah. Yeah. So, but I assure you, it had zero to do with her.
I'm about to say, I thought you
name.
were saying, hey, she was like, wink, wink.
Yeah. No, because she didn't, at that point, didn't even remember my name. Um, the, but this is what I want. One of the things, so they had a DJ at the event.
Okay.
And I guess when I go to those things or when I see a DJ, I think back to when I was a DJ and why. I mean, first, partly you did it because of the performative aspect of it. You like to be, like to talk. And I'm talking about me.
Right.
Just put on the little show. And you like the music, like to play music that you liked. I'm sitting down watching this guy and I said, this has got to be the most hell on earth gig ever for this guy. Because I refuse to believe the music he was playing he liked. Because I only think that people like the music that I liked.
Right. Because if it's not music I like, it's awful. And
right. And so I'm sitting there saying, dude, they just played like 10 line dance songs in a row.
Oh gosh. Oh man. So all you have to okay, I now have a good picture of who was at your who was attending your party.
Yeah. So
how diverse was the crowd, Juan? If you slapping 10 line dance songs in a row.
No, it was probably more diverse than you think.
Okay.
so
line dancing crosses
it crosses diversity lines.
Okay.
But mostly women.
Well,
so
mostly women or other people who like men. It's a line dance. Woohoo!
Yeah, I think a couple dudes who were suckered into it because they had a date with somebody who, they were trying to impress, so they got out there and line danced. But
yeah,
my bro, this is killing me.
My poor wife. My wife loves to dance, and there's probably many. You got the pluses and minuses when you marry somebody and when you choose somebody for a life partner. She did not choose a dancer or nor someone who is interested.
I used to like to dance. Joey's not big on dancing. I ain't line dancing. So
any dance. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know. I'm not wired that way. Now I have friends. Shout out. I got one of my brother-in-laws, Greg. That dude can dance, man. Like, it's funny. It's like, old white guys, right? It takes a lot for you to go, hey, that dude's pretty.
That's a good dancer.
And you hear that? I can remember people used to tell me, man, bro, your brother-in-law, hey, Greg can dance. And I'd be like, shut up. No, I'm telling you, man, middle-aged white guys, sorry. We don't dance. And then
it's the whole line dancing thing that I told somebody last night. I said, so when my first wife and I got married at the reception, Dan Toops from Cutoff was a DJ at the reception.
Dan
Toops, his brother was Vincent, the Snoz.
Okay. I remember I remember the name, the Snoz.
Yeah, well, when Vincent went away, Dan took over the business. So he was the younger Schnoz.
The younger Schnoz.
So he DJ'd. And I can remember telling him, I said, here's the deal, man. If at any point in the night, I don't care if you got to go to silence for 2 minutes to cue up another record. But if somebody starts line dancing, you immediately kill that song. So, and a gazillion years later, I still feel the same way.
I'm not anti-line dancing. In fact, let me give you one of the reasons that and it's been a minute since we've been at one of these events where this happens. One of the things I don't really mind about line dancing is that people can go, they don't need a partner to go do it. So if my wife is feeling really compelled,
that's true.
Right, if she's feeling really compelled to dance, then it's, and I can just sip my beer or whatever I have and just say, hey,
enjoy a line dance every now and then.
Enjoy yourself. Not gonna do that. You talk about being a DJ back in those days. It is funny because I do as much DJing now as I did back then at the tailgates because I gotta. No, I do. I bought I may have said this before. So you're out there at in these massive parking lots, and those of you that have never been to NFL tailgating, and I can't speak for what it's like around the country. I got an idea. I've been to a couple, but it's pretty. People are pretty serious. I mean, they got some a lot of work that goes in, and this last one we were at, it was a Thursday, and because it was a Thursday night game, some of these sponsors come in, and we had a BMW deal. Like, I don't know if it was BMW.
Yeah, because it's the one game, so it's totally
Nighttime, and they're total asses, by the way. The corporate guys are just total freaking turds. All right. And they come in and they get there early and they're paid whatever. And they just took a bunch of space, and they got like so some of them show up with bands, literally bands playing.
Wow.
Yeah, that's happened quite a bit. This one I think had more like a DJ, like a professional DJ doing their thing. But I've got a speaker. You can get them at Sam's, by the way, guys. If you want to spend about, I don't know, $300, $400, you can get a Monster. They're called Monster speakers at Sam. And dude, these things they're great.
Monster.
I mean, the sound quality is amazing, and they are freaking loud. And you jag these things up, and you can compete, right? And the funny thing is, you walk around the parking lots at a football stadium, outside a football stadium, and every 20, 30 yards, you're just walking into different music. I mean, people are just,
Yeah.
So that's the most DJing I'm doing, and where we are, we're set up to where it's one of the last, as people leave part of the parking lot and they walk through this area, and they're walking right near the Astrodome. By the way, shout out to Houston. The Houston Astrodome was built in 1965, the same year I was born. Okay. It has been abandoned for 20 years, 20 something years or longer. And dude, Houston is an amazing city. It is a progressive city, and in some ways, it's every bit as backwards as New Orleans. New Orleans would do the same thing. If ever like somebody came in and they built a stadium that made the Superdome obsolete, where nobody used the Superdome anymore, damn well New Orleans would never get rid of the Superdome.
Why don't they get rid of it?
Because people are stupid. People have
Is it an asbestos issue or something?
Well, no, not really. It's an emotional thing with Houston, because that was the eighth wonder of the world for the longest time when Houston was coming up, and
it kind of put Houston on the map early on, and
people knew exactly. People knew Houston by NASA, which, by the way, NASA is not in Houston, frankly,
right.
But they call us Space City. And the Astrodome, and I've been in the Astrodome when back in the heyday, and it was a marvelous.
Yeah, I've been. I don't even remember for what. I know I've been in it.
It's smaller than the Superdome.
Right, you could fit it inside the Superdome. That's what I remember.
But it was still
when
a
they built
very
the
impressive,
Superdome.
very impressive. But it's abandoned. There's nothing going on there. But anyway, it's there. They're sitting there, nothing going on
In the parking lot of NRG.
Right adjacent to NRG. Guys, go on Google Maps. You can pull up NRG, and then NRG is massive, and NRG's you could put the Astrodome inside of NRG, right? As big as it. But anyway, so we tailgate basically right there. Like our tailgate spot is right near the Astrodome, and it's just something about it's all cement out there. So and traffic blocker, like big traffic not cones but barriers, like the seawall in Golden Meadow.
Right. Those big concrete things.
So you got concrete everywhere. So man, when I position that speaker a certain way, I use the cement as my as a booster. Man, you can hear our music 100, 150 yards away. It's a lot. And what's funny is to watch, and I'll wait when the crowds start moving, just hit certain songs. You can tell when you're having fun. You just put a song on and just start looking around and seeing people that start lip syncing to the song.
And wondering where it's coming from.
You can tell when you're driving stuff, or certain songs you hit and people just start dancing. I'll tell you right now, if ever you're somewhere and you want to just do a social experiment, and you have control of the music, put on Earth, Wind, and Fire, September.
Everybody knows that. Or they
remember?
think they know it. Yeah.
Oh, dude, they're dancing. You'll make crowds dance as they walk into a game, So anyway, that's the kind of DJing I do now. In the old days, I didn't like doing, even though for a while I worked at the greenhouse It was me and Stick, Kevin Bye,
Mm-hmm.
and we'd flip. And he enjoyed doing that. I enjoyed being on the air, like you and I. I enjoy
Yeah.
radio. I enjoy this. I enjoy talking. I enjoy being in a closed
But I
environment.
even know because I did stuff like the retreat one summer in Thibodeau, and I hated it, because there was none of the music I liked that people would dance to.
Yeah, but I didn't enjoy talking over the music at a club
No, no.
or hey, what's up? What?
Yeah,
Shout out to Kevin Bye, Stick, Hammer Me, I said that was his quote. That's all he said. He enjoyed that stuff. He enjoyed mixing music. I didn't mix squat. I'm not scratching. I'm not mixing.
not trying to figure out beats per second.
And all I know is at the end of the day, if you think it's slow, just drop on Give Me Three Steps, Leonard Skinner. Down, down, down,
That was the greenhouse hit.
Yeah, Give Me Three Steps never failed. Never. Other songs in there were hits, they come and go, but Give Me Three Steps at the greenhouse never, ever failed. It was sort of like circa mid 80s, 84, 85, Iron Horse, man. Drop on Footloose. People lost their mind.
I played Footloose last night
At the
at the party, man. People were dancing to that, line dancing to the Footloose line dance thing.
There you go. There you go. We went to a play during the week, a touring Broadway production of The Outsiders.
Same as the or based on the novel, or
Based on the novel and the movie.
Okay.
Here's the deal. I never read the novel, although
Yeah.
my wife tells me that it's required reading in like here in I think Fort Bend, where I'm. It's one of the few required. Like
I didn't realize it was a novel. I just rolled that out there as a chance.
well, I'll say, and then it was and I never read the novel.
I don't
never
know
saw
that
the
I've
movie.
seen. I'm sure I've probably seen the movie early on. I know the line, "Stay golden, pony boy."
It's not Stay Golden.
What is it?
Stay Gold.
Say gold.
I thought it was Stay Golden myself. Somewhere along the way, somebody and it wasn't until we walked in and I saw some of the T-shirts for sale, and it said Stay Gold, and I was like, oh, I wonder. And then I watched the play, and it's
I just know the movie had a lot of young actors in it that went on to be big time actors.
I think it was directed by Scorsese. I believe it
Oh,
was.
wow.
Well, hang on. We haven't done this in a while, but let me pull this up. I'm almost positive if it wasn't Scorsese or Scorsese, however you want to say it. Let me see that.
Scorsese.
Who directed the movie The Outsiders? Let's see what I get here. Oh, my bad. Another very famous director, equally as famous, Francis Ford Coppola.
Oh, okay, yeah, same
So
dude.
the same guy, Coppola.
Was Nicolas Cage in it? His nephew?
It was not, and I'm not going to look this up, but I know the original cast it was massive, man.
Tom Cruise was in it.
Tom Cruise, C. Thomas
Patrick
Howell,
Swayze,
Patrick Swayze, Rob Lowe, Ralph Macchio.
Yeah.
And so all right. So I was aware of the movie. I was not even aware of the story.
Yeah, if I've seen it, it may have been like, you watch 15 minutes of it here and then move on. And
I even pulled up Chat GPT or Grok or something, and I asked for a synopsis of the musical The Outside. What's the story? Because I like to know what the story is.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of had that in my head going in. Found out, I believe this is touring Broadway. This is not now the Houston Tuts they do some massive productions and you'd swear it was Broadway, but this was actually touring Broadway show. This is a show that I believe won for musical of the year a couple years ago. We watched it. Juan, awful.
oh, really?
Oh my God. So boring. So freaking boring. So we're there and we try. I love theater. I love musicals, especially. And it's hard for me to go see something that I'm not like, And then my older son, he's the theater guy.
Right.
He does plays, he does whatever. And it was like, he wanted to, you want to see what, so we went.
Was he with you?
He went. He wasn't sitting with us.
But what did he think of it?
About the same. It was funny.
Okay.
So what happened was he wasn't sitting with us because we just here's the deal. So it's a big. I mean, if you've ever been to the Hobby Center in Houston, it's massive. It's big, and pretty much a sold out show. I mean, it's so it wasn't like it's not a struggling show. It is a popular show. And during intermission, my wife and I agreed that had we not, if we'd been there alone and not had my
Had to go find it.
my
Yeah.
music, he wasn't that far. He wasn't.
No,
we
but
could
still,
see him.
you don't want to
But
take
he's
him.
he's the performer. The dude, he does plays and sings and he's on stage. So
Yeah.
we're like, this is like him. You know, this is his world. So we're not gonna say, hey, bro, take an Uber home. We're out of here. We just so we hung in there, and then after the show, went back. We asked how it was. He goes, I tell you, about halfway through, I thought, well, you should probably just go. And I went, well, next time I'm gonna have to turn around or text you and say, that said, and those of you that have seen it, and I'm gonna bet there are not 3 people that are listening to this podcast that have seen it. There's one scene that my wife and I both agreed. There's a fight scene, the big fight scene between the greasers and the socias, I think they're called. That was amazing. There was one scene, a big fight scene. It's raining. I'm still amazed how they make that happen on a stage, and the choreography and the fight scene. It was just that part. And it's about a 5-minute scene. Was amazing. So if they wanted to lie to you, they would show you that scene or clips of that scene, and you would think, man, I can't wait to see The Outsiders. And that was it. That'd be it. Besides that, it was terrible. And this is Broadway, and this is theater today. And let's just say that somewhere along the way, they decided they checked the boxes. Diversity is a big thing and don't get me wrong, diversity in life is great. But when you're telling a story, especially a well-known story, and especially when the story is about this group of guys who come from common whatever and they're
Right.
whatever, that ain't going to be the most diverse group you've ever seen. Just saying. You're not going to have multiple nationalities in that, right? Now, the bad guys, the socias, right? The evil people in this play are beyond white. They're the whitest of white.
That's it.
They're Aryan white. We were literally laughing about it. Literally laughing about it. It's like pretty much lily white blonde guys with blue eyes. I mean, all the bad guys in this play are straight up Norwegian.
Got some Nazi tattoos going.
I don't know. I'm not saying that, but it's really, we're at that stage, right? We're at that stage in life that you just sort of look at things and go, did y'all really have to do that? That's
Like, the olden days, the bad guy in the cowboy movies wore a black hat, and the good guy wore a white hat.
it's more important now to virtue signal than to, but so yeah. Anybody out there, if you get a chance to see The Outsiders, don't save your money. It's expensive tickets too, and
I imagine so, from Broadway.
and shout out to the concession stands there, bro. You just forget because you get there and it's like you get there early. And you just every time you go, I don't care if you go up to the concession before the thing for a couple 3 drinks or 2 boxes of M&Ms. You're $30 walking out,
Yeah.
whatever you're doing, whatever.
Well, that's circling back to the Saints and that same story. Sometime next month, I'm going to the Panthers Saints game. And the only reason I'm going is a guy I haven't seen in close to 30. I think I saw him once at a wedding, like in the year 2000 or so. He used to work with my friend Bam, the guys in Panic. So he's from North Carolina.
Okay.
He's coming into New Orleans for the game, and bought tickets for me and another guy to go to the game with him.
Oh, nice.
And so I sat down and said, okay, and granted, yeah, he may have matured as well. I'm rolling the dice that he probably hasn't that much. So I just know that to repay him for that ticket, this dude's probably gonna be drinking like a fish in a dome, and I'm gonna be feeling bad and covering that. So I don't, it's like I hate the thought of even going to the game at this point.
Depending on the kind of ticket they bought, it doesn't take long to pick up a few drinks and you're even.
Oh yeah,
You're even, man. Bro, that ticket was a $75 ticket. Yeah, that was
Yeah, you got 3 beers, bro. You're good.
your three cocktail or beers. I think you can probably get 3 beers on the 75, but not cocktails. Not
But then the other thing is said, so he's coming to New Orleans for the weekend, and it's like, okay, that mean I gotta go out in New Orleans? God, I hope not.
you can suck it up for like a night.
I can, and I will.
I
Because
want to do it again. Listen, like I said, when my cousins, when we did this about a year ago,
Yeah.
not quite a year ago, we had a blast. But I could not, you know what? So I've been out in New Orleans one time in the last year, and that's plenty. But yeah, it's not like in the old days, bro. We're not.
No. Last time I went to New Orleans with this guy, I think we went to the dungeon.
Aha! I've been in the dungeon. Oh,
I think they closed the dungeon.
I heard they were, but I don't think they did. I thought that was an unsubstantiated rumor. And those of you that have never been to the dungeon, congratulations.
Yeah.
You're not.
Back in the day, it didn't open until like midnight.
I went on a double date with the aforementioned Kevin Bye Stick. Later, the lighting director, touring lighting director with Elton John for 15 or 20 years, however long he did that. And shout out to Kevin Bye, otherwise known as Stick, wherever you are. He's one of these guys he's off the radar, man. I don't know if so. Anybody out there, if you know Kevin, see Kevin, hey, tell him we gave him a shout out. But I went on a double date, and that'll just show you the dungeon was his kind of place. That was his favorite place.
I could have imagined that.
Oh man, I don't even remember the girl. I don't even know. It's pretty much a bad decision on my part to like.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be like, this place, would make a biker bar look like a preppy club.
Yeah, pretty much. It was I don't want to say it's satanic, but I don't want to say
it was
not.
very dark. Dark and I don't just mean lack of lighting.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it was satanic, but I'm not saying it
saying
wasn't.
it wasn't.
I'm not gonna vouch for it. All right. So yeah, try not to do that one, Juan.
Well,
I'm gonna be at I'm hosting. I say hosting. When I say hosting, I ain't paying for it. I'm gonna be emceeing, I guess, a conference in New Orleans in
oh, really?
April and May. Yeah, it's a group that
Right.
I'm associated with, and
Well,
we're gonna
maybe
be at
it'll be over by then, but I've got to give you a heads up. Apparently, ICE is scheduled to come to New Orleans in early December.
Ice, baby.
That's right. And if anybody from ICE is listening, girl that I follow on Facebook, name is Carla. She's from Lambertville, lives in Thibodeau, but has an apartment in New Orleans. She'll have her camera ready.
Yes. So pay Carla a visit. Ice.
So she'll be ready to film you.
Yes. She'll be ready to film you fulfilling your legal obligations that you swore to the country. Man, listen. Those of you that aren't aware of what this is, and I don't know if it's a smart move or what they're doing, but I get annoyed. I mean, we've pretty much established that I'm more pro this administration than not. I am more pro give them the benefit of the doubt, but I'm at my wit's end and tired of some of the stuff. The apprenticeship part of the apprentice, the over the top production stuff, I'm kind of tired of. Like they have to name the stuff they're doing, like in Charlotte. So if those of you saying like Charlotte, North Carolina, they've been doing some ICE raids, big raids the past week, and it's a code name Charlotte's Web.
Oh gosh.
I swear to you, it made me want to puke.
I've just always thought about that stuff, like the guys who, even with the bills, and by bills I mean the things that get passed into law and such. I don't mean the Buffalo Bills.
Right.
There's guys sitting around in a room brainstorming. Can we come up with an acronym for this? Can we come up with this? What can we call this?
Well, I forgot they've named the one in New Orleans that's coming up. It's about to start like next week.
December 1st. December 1st is Monday after Thanksgiving.
I saw they've got a name. There's some nickname for it. idiots. But here's my deal. I have a problem, y'all. People that want to, oh, it's wrong, it's this, is that. It's like, well, hang on a second, man. I mean, like, what's the law? Are people doing enforcing stuff that's not the law? No.
Yeah, enforcing the law.
Now, if you saw what happened in Charlotte, which is just stunning, and it'll tell you, they started the raids or the announcement of the raids, and then started them in the city of Charlotte, the Charlotte School District, whatever, 30,000 students did not report to class.
Yeah. They tell them to stay home.
Gives you a little, I'm going to tell you, it kind of tells you the incredible amount of, whatever you want to say, undocumented.
Wasn't a sick out day.
Non-citizens. They showed maps of Charlotte, and I've been to Charlotte many times. I've driven Charlotte. It's like most cities in America. The traffic is terrible. And they showed like a Google map. And, when you go pull up a Google map and it shows you all the red roads and how slow traffic is around the town. And they show the normal traffic map around Charlotte, and they showed it the day after they started doing the ICE raids. No red on that, empty. Like you could just drive around all you wanted. It just puts it, puts a head on it. We've got some issues going on, y'all, and I don't know. Well, you're gonna get rid of all these people. Who's gonna build these houses? I don't know.
How about people who?
How about you start paying $25 an hour? I bet you get some people out there. I bet you get that's the thing. And I used to think it was crazy, and it was crazy, but
well, it's the same people who complain that you can't make a living wage, who will complain. But if we get rid of these cheap laborers, who's gonna do this?
And understand this, y'all. And this is put this all aside, and it's a debate. It's you can have the debate about human beings, and everybody's a refugee. They were refugees at one time. Even the idea that they're just here trying to earn a living, and they get paid less than, they're willing to do a job for less than somebody born here. Apparently, that's one of the arguments. But here's the deal. It's all subsidized by you.
All right, you're still paying for it.
So say you're paying somebody under the table $10 an hour or under, whatever it is. When they're sick, you know where they're going?
Right. You give me free health care.
Correct.
Free food. I'll work for less money too.
That's exactly what's happening, yo. It's like if and free school.
Yeah.
So and in a lot of cities,
I ain't paying taxes.
A lot of cities, it's free daycare. You drop off the kids, or you get them there sometime before, but they feed them. The school systems now feed them, keep them all day. It's basically all it is. It's day long, daycare. You get sick, you need something, you go into the emergency room of the local hospital. That's why, have you been to an emergency room lately, y'all? If you're not bleeding out, and even if you are, you got problems, you might have problems. They're overrun.
Right. You got to be bleeding out from either a main artery or above the waist. The
social services, the SNAP and stuff. So that's the point, y'all. It's not like, there are people here that are doing these jobs for, technically the pay they're getting is less than some, historically a kid coming out of high school, or somebody with trade school experience, even somebody coming out of college. All that's being subsidized. It's being subsidized by you.
Right. I worked at a place one time, and the HR department would give out what they called your secret paycheck. And it basically put the dollar value of your health care that was contributed to by the employer, your payroll, your vacation pay, your life insurance, the taxes that they contributed for. And I thought it was like a garbage type of thing to do. But again, it just shows that, bottom line, if you make, for easy round numbers, if you're making $30,000 a year, it probably costs your employer $45,000 a year to employ you.
Pretty much.
Therefore, again, pay me less, give me more.
Mm-hmm. So it's coming to New Orleans, yo. It's coming. So get ready.
Be careful, guys, because Carla's gonna have her camera ready.
And who's the new mayor of New Orleans? Do you remember? Do you know her name?
I don't know. I think she's Hispanic.
No, is she? Because I thought she's like a blonde lady.
She looks she looks very Anglo.
She does. She's Hispanic, really?
I think she might have a Hispanic background.
She
may be
looks like
totally wrong.
Okay, she She might be, but I've seen, and the reason I even know what she looks like is because she's a narcissistic, you know what. All she does, she's very fond of,
Loves her some her.
oh, she loves her some her. She loves walking, holding the camera out and talking to the people while she walk. Oh, you haven't seen the video she does?
No.
Oh my gosh. It's a different version of AOC. And I'm like, well, New Orleans, good luck. You got you turned you traded in the destroyer for
Yeah.
narcissist Barbie here. But we'll see. I mean, hope I'm wrong. We'll see what happens.
Well, speaking of AOC and people who are narcissistic, um, thank to former First Lady Michelle Obama,
Okay.
I've learned something that I never knew, even as the parent of a swimmer. Um, I had always heard that, a lot of African Americans didn't know how to swim because they grew up in poor communities where there weren't public pools. But according to Michelle Obama, it's because white people make black people straighten their hair.
Really?
And going into the pool, well, that's white beauty forces black women to straighten their hair. And if you go into the pool, your hair, the straightener will get messed up. Literally, look that up.
Just another way. Shout out, white people. Another thing you did to mess with things. Well, I don't know what you're gonna do, man. This is I don't even know where to go with that one, Juan. I don't even know what to say about that. I mean, I think I think Big Mike's got some issues. Whatever. Maybe
I don't know, but
maybe I'm wrong.
another political tidbit I'll tell you. So we had a new branch grand opening this week, and it was in downtown Baton Rouge. And funny thing is, they for the big ribbon cutting thing, they put a bunch of like a big balloon arch over the
Right.
doorway and everything. So at the end, I'm like, all right, what are we doing with these balloons? He said, we're just throwing them away. And I said, can we pop them? Just put them in a trash can? He said, yeah. So I took a knife out and I just started popping the balloons. I said, downtown Baton Rouge is going nuts because it sounds like, massive gunfire. um, but Senator Cassidy's assistant or young staffer from his office came out. And I don't know, I'm standing in the parking lot with like a shirt on, with like a branded shirt until she introduced herself to me. I'm like, I don't know what to say to this girl. So I said, well, how are things going for y'all? And she said, well, things are picking up now that the shutdown's over and things are getting back to normal. So I said, I got to be honest with you. I never even knew the shutdown was going on. I didn't notice a thing. And then I said, oh, dude, that probably wasn't a cool thing to say, but nah, what the hell? I'm being honest.
You didn't tell her she works for an idiot. I mean,
Yeah.
No, don't get me wrong. I only think I'm calling Cassidy an idiot because he is. I mean, he might not be technically an idiot. Apparently he passed med school, but it is interesting. All of them, man. But what? We've gone this far. It's been a bizarro world right now. And those of you guys, and I know some of you know who this is and some of you don't, but MTG, Marjorie Taylor Greene, who
Taking her ball and going home.
I apologize. A couple of years ago, I was all for, I thought, you know what I liked about her, I thought was she seemed sincere. She was, super conservative, super do what's right, And then now it's just she's gone total crazy. And in my opinion, could be wrong, but I've read people and I've seen statements, as are most of the politicians out there, total narcissist, total just twisted, power hungry, narcissistic person. She won her very conservative, part of Georgia. She won her seat. And she has delusions of grandeur. She wants to be like more of a national player, and would like statewide, either to be the senator, one of the senators from Georgia, or run for governor of Georgia. And the good folks of Georgia say hell no. Like, the polls are atrocious. She's just not, no. She couldn't beat anybody. She would not. She'd probably win her district again because it's so hard to get rid of anybody.
Right.
But apparently,
Well, it's just I mean, because the path she chose to get there was like, why?
well, the current administration, Trump and whoever, basically shared those things with her, shared the numbers, and said, hey, not in public, by the way. That was the thing. None of this was public. But they shared. No, you're not. We're not backing somebody who is
right. Trump ain't throwing his money behind somebody he knows can't win.
First of all, Trump doesn't throw his money behind anybody. And I'm someone who will defend Trump for 9 Ways to Sunday for all things, but Trump has not spent a dime of his money.
No, I don't mean money. I guess I just meant
his brand.
Yeah.
He's not going to do that. He's not going to say, look, I'm not going to come out and just totally.
Right. If he doesn't think you can win, he's not endorsing.
And oh, by the way, we need the governorship and we need that senator spot. And you're not going to. So, and then old Marjorie, scorned. She's a woman scorned. And she's been on this ridiculous tour. And always know this, y'all. If you find yourself being treated well by people who hate you, they're using you. Like, all of a sudden you're sitting on these talk shows with people who hate you, who are sucking up just enough to let you, because you're going to hear to talk bad about people they also hate. But then she announces this week she's resigning. She's resigning because, to Trump's credit or discredit, when you get on his bad side, oh my gosh, like he's the worst. Like he won't just say I have, there's no such thing as no comment.
No, and once he comes up with a nickname for you, it's tough.
But so Trump just basically says, hey, good riddance, and he didn't say it that nice. He called her everything, but so she's resigning, but before her term's over. So way to go, quitter. Way to go, quitter. Oh, you're a fighter. You're all this, but you're going to resign before your term is up. She's supposed to be in office till next year. Like the election's not till next November. She has a full year that she's supposed to be serving. So she's going to pull out, hurting her cause supposedly because another conservative down. But she's going to be resigning 2 days after her pension vests.
Oh.
Yes. And by the way, y'all, I think Congress people, their pensions vest at 5 years.
Yeah.
So again, I will say this again, a pox on all of them. Right now, think of whoever your favorite politician is, whoever it is. Chances are they suck. Chances are they're not the kind of person you'd want to be having Thanksgiving dinner with. They're just not. So, and the only ones crazier apparently are the more famous podcasters, and Candace continues to go crazy. Again, those of you who don't know who Candace Owens is, you'd see if I showed the picture, you'd know who she is. But now she's saying she's got the president of France and his wife have paid assassins to oh, dude, you didn't see this?
No.
Oh, she's coming out saying, oh yeah, that she's got it on good authority
to assassinate Charlie Kirk?
No, assassinate her.
Oh Lord!
Try to assassinate Candace. Oh, dude, So yeah, it's up to the point.
Does Candace Owens have better intel? Yeah, I'm thinking if the president of France took out a hit on Candace Owens, Candace Owens probably doesn't have enough intelligence backing her to know that.
I don't know. Here's what I figured out about intel, dude. All you got to do if you get enough of a following is look in the camera and say something, and people. We're still programmed that way. We're still programmed. By the way, y'all should know that, y'all. Those of you that are listening to this, those of you that are watching this right now, me and Juan ain't authorities on jack. we're two.
We don't pretend to be
older middle-aged white dudes from the bayou who have opinions on stuff, and I think I would think we're more than 50% on stuff I think we're right about. But hey, I just let me give you here's my latest. Here's what Juan, you can love this one. I don't know, this came to me yesterday. I don't know why I was thinking. All the stuff with the Epstein files. And I'm just so nauseated by it. Everybody's just so tired. Like, oh, you stop it. Oh, we're going to release this. Then we're not. Then, oh, they got to vote on it. They're all freaking lying, right? So, like, you got to step back at some point and say, why is this stuff being guarded, right? What's the deal? And it's not for people. It's not. It's not for individuals. I'm sorry. It's just not. Because it's probably on both sides. And I think my bizarro theory is we've got either CIA, FBI, or one of the lettered agencies that had strong ties to what was going on with Epstein, and then this other country, right? That I don't even necessarily have to name it, but you know who we're talking about, right? They know everything about us. They've been running. People will say that they're pulling us around by our nose. Well, you know what else they know? If the Epstein stuff gets exposed and everything gets known, and it gets exposed that another country was really doing all this stuff, they got secrets on us that they can share. And it's not about individuals. It's about stuff we've done. It's about stuff like the moon landing. It's about stuff like 9/11.
Everything goes back to that with you, doesn't it?
You know, it's where it started. No, it goes back to the moon. We weren't even thinking about the moon landing because we weren't skeptical enough to realize we were being lied to, because back then you're like, okay, no, it all goes down to the JFK assassination. This country took a turn flat out. I mean, that's when things totally changed when they took out JFK. And now they basically admit it. That's the thing. This is so amazing, the country we live in. They basically admit, yeah, all that story you heard, it was all made up, you know. Hey, guess what? Vietnam. We got into the Vietnam War because of the Gulf of Tonkin incident. They admit now that never happened. That was a lie. So I just have a feeling that it all goes back to a very powerful entity. You might call it a country. You might call it whatever. Who has stuff that we don't want the world to know, or even though the world knows it, we don't want to admit it. And
well, the whole thing with the Epstein files, it's like, you know, I don't even care anymore who's on it. It's from that perspective, it's just like either do it or don't. Just let it go.
Well, in some ways, they've already accomplished what they set out to do. So in some ways, they've already got most people to say, whatever. And whatever gets released, when it gets released, you're not going to believe it.
That's what I was going to say. Nobody's going to believe it.
You're not going to believe it. It's like, oh, you made that up.
The Democrats or Republicans are going to say that, or the Democrats are going to say Republicans made it up, and vice versa. Who's
on and who's off? Like, I'm sorry. Anybody, if you Republican, Democrat, conservative, liberal, can you find a human being that doesn't think Bill Clinton was neck deep in all of this? I mean, like, he's on the logs 20-something times on these flights. You can go back and find articles and stuff about it. That was his guy. Like his wingman.
There's a painting of him in the mansion in the blue dress.
In a blue dress. Dude, he was Epstein's wingman, or Epstein was his wingman for. So come on. Are you telling me? So at this point, I think we've kind of numb to it. Like, if they come out tomorrow and say, yeah, like Bill Clinton ran Epstein Island, we'd be like, that sounds right. That's we've already kind of taken that into account. But I just want to see if Brian Kelly's on that list. That's all I want to know, because that's what LSU is hanging on to. Brian LSU saying, hey, we think Kelly might be on that list. We ain't paying you that $52 million, bro. Not gonna happen. So Thanksgiving coming up, guys. Those of you maybe be listening to this before Thanksgiving. Those of you that are, we hope you have a lovely time with
family, friends
food. And family. Don't talk about some of the subjects Juan and I talk about. I mean, some of them the more positive ones, but don't get political. Don't.
No, stop.
I don't think we ever have. I don't even remember. I honestly don't remember a political argument at any family event that I've ever been to.
No, don't talk about that.
No, maybe me and my family are all a bunch of.
I mean, my dad talked about politics, but it's not to argue it. And, even if it were, I wouldn't argue with my dad. But, I mean, he's largely conservative.
And I also think even if we have younger people who were not on the same, of the same beliefs. You just got enough sense to say, I ain't fighting here. I mean,
Right.
I'm not gonna fight with nobody that I hope gives me a Christmas present.
Right. Put the game on a little louder. That's what I'm listening to.
A little bit. But so we hope you guys have a great one there. And closing, you might mention, I saw you posted something this week. Your daughter, who swims, Juan's daughter swims for the University of Houston. She put up a top 10 time. What was that?
Yeah, top 10 for the university, so she's getting there. So, it's her. Yeah, she's kind of making strides, getting in her own there. So, yep,
Was this in a meet, or was this in a?
That was a meet. It was like about 10 different schools from around the country. So, yeah, Joey was in Houston half the week.
Okay.
Came back yesterday. So,
your daughter, a freshman at UH, swam the 10th fastest time. Is that how it worked in school history?
Yeah.
In that
200 backstroke.
200 backstroke. So she's how old is the record? Do you know that?
I do not know that. I do not know.
Look into that. Get Joy to look into that. You know Joy's going to be into that.
Oh Lord.
Find out how long has the 200 meter backstroke record at UH.
Yeah.
Been on.
But no, so that's proud of her. She comes home Wednesday, so we're excited to see her.
Good deal.
Good deal. Be home through Sunday. So nice little.
That's your dad's genes. That's your dad's athletic genes.
Exactly.
All right. Same genes at 91 that can jump up on the top of it, jump into a truck, jump out of a truck,
and jump off.
There you go, bro. Well, you know what? The buzzer went off. I think it's time. It's there. Yeah, the buffet's been laid before you, everybody, in front of your Thanksgiving. Hey, we're going to push the button. Get on out of here. See if any of this stuff stuck to the magic tape in the sky. We hope it did. If you want to reach us, not hard, Dave and Juan at protonmail.com and
right here.
Say it all the time. You did it before. You can do it again. Whatever you did to find us, you're hearing us, you're looking at us, do that again, y'all. We're going to be back. Every week we tell you it's not a hint, suggestion, or we're not implying anything. It is it's a
freaking mandate, bro.
We're looking you in the eye and giving you the mandate to get out there and live your best life. Do it. You had a good day today. Fantastic. Rinse, repeat. Do it again. Bad day today. The bar is set low for tomorrow. All right. You know, first thing happened to me this morning. I wake up. I had to go to church early this morning. I'm brushing my teeth. I got a piece of filling that came out.
Ouch.
I know. It didn't hurt or nothing, but I got like you got you had these on your like gum line kind of fillings they put sometimes because the older you get, you might get like a receding gum, whatever. Ain't nothing better than starting your day off when it feels like a piece of your body fell off, and it's not. It's just it's filling, right? It's not. I got a little bit.
Give you a free sauce though, bro.
I did, and the worst is when you're sitting there going, oh man, your tongue goes up like, and you can't see it, but I know it's there. And I got to set, we're leaving tomorrow for Louisiana. So if you run into me in Louisiana, know that I'm playing hurt.
No, ask him if he brushed his teeth good.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I did. That's apparently my problem. Apparently, I'm a ferocious brusher, I guess. I don't know.
Dude, my pastor last week talked about that. He had to have I didn't realize that it's some gum issue or receding gum line, I guess. But they basically grafted skin out of his palate onto his gum. Like, man, that's like, Lord.
At some point, you just say, I'll take dentures. I don't know. I get it. They do it. That wasn't my thing. Mine was just, they kind of put they do some kind of filling. It's like, it looks like the tooth, but they do something that, anyway, that's how my day started. So the point was, y'all, and I still tried to make the best of the day.
Right. We're still here.
You just go through it. You probably didn't know, and who knows? I may forget. I got to make an appointment for the next week, and we'll get this all figured out. But so hopefully, a couple of shows from now, I'll show up when it gets fixed.
You have some fresh stuff in your mouth.
Hey, and what you don't see, you don't know.
Take some pictures of it, man. Get the dentist to take a picture, and we can share it.
Don't want to do that. Like I said, give me the frissons. Give me the frissons. But anyway, y'all, that's it. Live your best life. All right, we're going to get out there, do the same. We're going to have a holiday week, and I think, all things work out. We'll be back next weekend. We'll film We'll film one and get it to you the week after next. Until then, everybody, have a fantastic week. Y'all be careful. Have fun with your family and loved ones. And yeah, be good, guys. We'll see you soon. Love you, bro.
Back at you, man. So another thing, at the Christmas party last night, I think any kind of wedding reception you go to now or whatever kind of party, it seems that they've got a photo booth thing. And I'm not a big fan of those things, but Joey wants to do it. And it's like, all right, well. So, and they gave you all, it's Christmas party. It's supposed to be festive. They gave out like all the little lighted reindeer ears and, Christmas bulb necklaces and all things I didn't get, but she got them. So she said, well, let's go take a picture. And so we go there. And again, I'm assuming it's a photo booth. It's like the line is this long? He said, yeah, it kind of takes him a while. And I said, why? And he said, well, he's actually, he poses you and he takes pictures and stuff. He's like, really? Yeah, this? It's like the line is 30 minutes long. And I said, we'll come back later. But then you realize it's like this dude, you think the DJ, I felt bad for. This guy thinks he's like an art photographer where he's got some like flat brim hat, a cool jacket on, shirt wide open, and he's posing you in these awkward things like, oh, stand here, do this. But you got to take all the lights off because, he didn't want it to flash because it's like a black and white artsy photograph. And then he's got like, cigarette and coffee breath leaning into your face. And then when I finally get the picture, I said, this certainly wasn't worth my time to do this. But yeah, it's like, come on, man.
Yo, Tarantino. This
right. You're taking pictures at a corporate Christmas event.
It's a
you ain't
photo
no art photographer, bro.
booth, dude. Like we could all do this with our phones.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the Christmas card one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You won't see that.
It's over. Go home.